What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Engage 8 podcast. I'm your host, Zach, with my two co hosts, Josh and Mike. Today, we're going to be doing our first round mock draft 2.0. We're going to switch it up a little bit this time. We're going to go in a different order, still doing 1 through 33. So we all go 11 total times, and the Panthers get to be included a little bit outside of being mentioned for giving the Bears the number one overall pick for free. So I believe it's Mike, you're starting us off with number one, correct?
Yeah, it appears so. I'm starting off with the first overall pick, Chicago Bears via Carolina Panthers from that wild trade last season. This is a really tough pick here because they could just go so many different ways. They could go offensive tackle. Um, they
Joe
could
Alt
go
is
wide
a
receiver.
generational tackle.
Yeah, I mean they could go JJ McCarthy as well. Take him off the board early. I think I might go with JJ McCarthy.
That's a steal. That's a steal at one.
No, I'll go.
Do it. Let's fuck shit up
I mean,
What?
rock paper scissors. Rock paper scissors.
That's crazy.
with him. Right now, with me, I'm Team JJ
Oh,
McCarthy.
okay. Well, boo. Uh, okay.
All right. So if
Rock.
I win,
It's JJ McCarthy.
okay, best of one.
Best of one.
What am I watching right now?
Rock. On shoot. On shoot. On
Okay.
shoot. Rock,
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot.
Let's go,
Oh,
baby.
shit.
Let's
Oh,
go. JJ McCarthy, number one.
damn it.
You don't have to
Well,
actually pick him if you don't want to.
I kind of feel like I have to, though. No?
Your choice.
I'll go with Caleb Williams just so Honk doesn't cry on the podcast.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel like you'd want to see that, but regardless,
True.
second overall pick, I'm going with Drake May. I think he's head and shoulders ahead of Jane Daniels as a passer. I think his ceiling can be a much more mobile Justin Herbert. If the Commanders pass on Drake May for Jane Daniels, I think it'll be a huge mistake. Drake May should be going number two.
All right, I'm gonna fuck shit up here, not just for the case of fucking shit up, but just because I feel like there is a strategy for them here. I'm taking Marvin Harrison at 3 to
Ooh,
the New England Patriots. But my justification for this is I think there's a legitimate chance that next time they come around, what pick do they have in the second round? Is it the third pick or do they?
35.
Yeah, 34. There's a very, 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 very good chance that Penix is available at that pick. And
I've thought
I'm
about that a couple
taking
times.
the combination of Penix and Marvin Harrison Jr. over Jaden Daniels as a singular player, 100%. So I'm taking Marvin
Let's not
Harrison.
forget about Lad McConkey. He's pretty good.
I'm taking Marvin Harrison at 3.
Well, interesting predicament that puts me in here. I think in this position, the Cardinals would easily trade back. They've already mentioned possibly trading back, even with Marvin Harrison being on the board. I don't see them going quarterback. They could go offensive tackle. I don't think they need it that much. I think here they would just kind of have to go with either Malik Neighbors or I'm gonna go with Malik Neighbors, fourth overall to the Cardinals. I think they would trade back, but
I
in this
agree.
position, they need a receiver, so Neighbors.
Okay. This kind of doesn't throw everything out of whack, but I was gonna take Roma Dunze at 5 anyways. But if this were to be somehow how the board falls, I'd expect Minnesota to be on the phone as soon as possible with the Chargers, trying to go get Jaden Daniels. I think the combination of him and Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and Aaron Jones out of that backfield would be outstanding. But we're not doing trades. It'd be too hard for the three of us to keep track of each other's moves. So I think the Chargers would probably go Roma Dunze here at 5.
I just want to say, doing that, I think is fairly realistic, and I also did want to see how it plays out in that scenario because I don't think
That's
there's
fine.
no chance that that happens. But I do want to say, you said that they would be calling trying to get Jaden Daniels. I think they're zeroed in on JJ McCarthy. I think there's a
Think
world
so?
where if that happens, we could see Daniels fall, which would be crazy, and
I,
some
I
team would
don't
have to get
I
him.
don't think honestly, I know you have 6 right here, but I think Daniels would just go 6 to the Giants.
Yeah, I honestly
That
don't
could
really
be.
know what I'm gonna do. I didn't really think about that fully through. I last draft or mock draft I prepared heavily. This one I just said, all right, I'm gonna take Marvin Harrison at 3, and we'll just see how the dice fall after that. But yeah, I guess they have him on that
This is why we
giant.
do this, just to see
Hey,
like what could happen.
They have
One
him
of
on
a
that
million
giant
scenarios on
contract.
draft night.
Yeah,
Darren Waller retirement. He's got a lot on his plate right now.
a lot on his
Brock
plate,
Bowers.
and it's not popcorn. But I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Daniels to the Giants. How funny would it be though if he fell to the Titans and they took another quarterback?
That would
Oh
be so
wow.
funny. Oh my god.
Um, I don't think that would. I don't think the Titans would pick a quarterback. I think they would kind of stick with their plan, and what their plan, I believe, is to finally get an offensive tackle to help Will Levis. I think they go Joe Alt, the best tackle available, help beef up your offensive line. You've got some okay weapons now. You lost a running back, but you still got Tyjae Spears, so I think they go Joe Alt.
At 8, I have the Falcons actually kind of pivoting instead of going Dallas Turner, like a lot of mocks have them going. I have them going Laiatu Latu. I think he's probably the best pure pass rusher among the top 3 edges, which are Turner, Latu, and Jared Verse. If the medicals come clean, I think he can end up going top 15 or even top 10 in the draft, like realistically. And I think his ceiling is kind of a baby TJ Watt with how he plays. And that's kind of why I have him going number 8 in this mock. But I don't know where Turner would go if Latu goes 8. I feel like he could go a number of places.
You got Latu at going 8 to the Falcons?
Yeah, switch it up a little
Oh,
bit.
I think it's very obvious where he goes now. I think he very easily goes to the Bears.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, because I probably would have taken Latu if you would have taken Turner at 8. So I'm going to take Turner at 9 to go to the Bears. And I think that's a good haul in the first round if you're the Bears.
Oh, it's fantastic.
JJ McCarthy and Turner.
That is a very good haul for the Bears. 10. I think they stick with another. I think we did this on the last one with Alt going to the Titans and Olu Fashanu going to the Jets. I'm gonna have to do that again. I think they need a tackle to help protect Rodgers and his bum ankle. So I got them taking Fashanu.
Oh, it's me?
Yeah.
No, it's you, I
No,
think.
it's you, Zach.
Yeah, I'm 12.
Oh, it is me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were Bears. I forgot.
Well, I'm 21,
all right.
but I'm picked 12. Yeah.
Right. All right. I mean, I guess it's just kind of obvious. Vikings go McCarthy. Just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Not going to read too much into it.
Yeah, I think that's a very easy pick. Denver
Not
at
a good pick,
12. Denver at 12. Oh, we could speak on it. They locked up Pat Surtain today. Was that
Oh,
today or
they-
yesterday? I don't know.
that was today, I
They
think.
accepted the 5th-year option today, but
Yeah.
it was either earlier today or yesterday.
Yeah, it
they
was fifth
traded
year.
for
They didn't
Zach
talk about it, yeah.
Wilson.
Right. Yeah, we didn't talk about that either. Yeah, they did trade for Zach Wilson, which
Quarterback of
like-
the future.
I like that for in the Denver air. He's gonna be able to zip it.
To the defender. Like, what are we talking about?
Part of me just blindly still believes maybe it's just that pro day just over and over in my head, but I just feel like there's got to be something there. He wasn't built to play with the New York media. Denver,
Oh.
everybody's chill there. I think he'll be all right.
They also released maybe the worst uniforms I've seen in a minute, outside of their throwbacks.
They were just
The throwbacks are
boring.
fine.
They were just like, what the fuck?
They look very
The blue with the
XFL.
white helmet. Yeah, that's what I said. They looked XFL.
Yeah, very XFL. Oh, speaking of New
The
York uniforms,
Thunderbolt.
though, Lions, beautiful job. Couldn't have asked for anything better. Couldn't have
Black
asked for
ones are very good. I got to see the helmet and
I don't agree
the
with
jerseys.
that. I don't like the black ones.
I
The
think the
blue-
black ones are the best. The white ones are the worst. Blue is solid.
Blue's my favorite. Blue's
I
definitely
think
my
blue's
favorite.
my favorite and black's my least favorite.
I think the best thing they could have done was go for the colors or go for the throwback, and that's what they did. But anyways, we can get back on track here. Denver, oh, tough here. I'm gonna go verse to Denver. I think they could use an edge.
Ooh, interesting.
And
Okay.
it's funny how we were talking about verse being like a top pick after the first game against LSU, and now we got 2 LSU guys going over him in the draft a couple days before.
Yeah. Raiders at 13. This is an interesting one. They could use a decent amount of players. I think they'll go Terrion Arnold, cornerback from Alabama. I think he could help that cornerback room. That needs a little bit of help. So I got the Raiders taking Arnold, help the defense, and Antonio Pierce.
I have the Saints going JC Latham. This just feels like an obvious offensive line landing spot. Gives them a young guy for the future. Ramczyk has just not been healthy enough the last 4 or 5 years. They need another body to help protect Carr and block for Kamara out of the backfield. So I'm going with JC Latham.
Latham to the Saints. Okay. Colts. We're back again.
See, I'm telling you, man, it's possible. I'm
It's-
telling you.
It wouldn't have happened in the last one though.
It's
It wouldn't have
100%
happened.
possible. There's just so much talent like up top that
And if it doesn't happen, Brian Thomas Jr. is right there.
I guess we're all saying it without saying it, but yeah, Bowers. I'm taking him to the Colts. I know that's my extreme pick, and I think it's possible. I don't think it's like the most likely situation that he falls, but it's definitely possible.
crazy enough, last time we did this, Thomas went, I think, 14. You picked him 14 to the Saints. And Mike said with 15, if Thomas was there, I'd take him. But since he's not, I'll go Bowers.
No, he was going to
I'm
take Bowers
taking
over Thomas.
I'm taking Bowers over Thomas,
Yeah.
but Thomas.
Really?
And I only
Oh,
took
I'm taking
Thomas
Bowers over
because I
Thomas.
was giving him Bowers. Otherwise, I would have taken Thomas at 14, or I would have taken Bowers at 14 to the Saints.
Bowers and Taysom is a hell of a duo.
I like it, man. I like it.
Seahawks at 16. What do the Seahawks need? They need offensive line. They don't need wide receivers. We know that. I feel like they could almost reach here and go and maybe take Johnny Newton out of Illinois. They could use a defensive tackle. I think he might be the best one available. So I'm gonna go with them doing that, taking Johnny Newton from Illinois.
All right, that kind of shakes up my mock a little bit. I'm gonna have the Jags going Brian Thomas Jr. They need a Calvin Ridley quote unquote replacement, and I think he's gonna be a healthy Christian Watson, pretty much on multiple doses of steroids. He's a physical freak. He can catch the ball really well at the what's it called, at the peak catch point. I had a word for that in my head. I forgot it, but if he was on the same team as Malik Neighbors, he would be getting a lot of probably top 10 pick shine. But unfortunately, he's in the same class as three absolute studs. So he falls to wide receiver 4 and to Jacksonville to go play with Trevor Lawrence, which is no consolation prize whatsoever.
All right. Here we got the Cincinnati Bengals. I think here's where you have the opportunity to replace DJ Reader, who you lost in the offseason to the Lions. I think you can do that by taking Byron Murphy from Texas. Versatile D tackle. I like that for them. I think that's a knock it out of the park pick if he falls to 18 for them.
Yeah, for the Rams, I'm gonna go defense. Either go with Kenyon Mitchell or Chopper Robinson. I'll go with. They could definitely use help in the secondary. I'll go with Kenyon Mitchell out of Toledo. Maybe the best cornerback outside of Terrion Arnold. Help the secondary.
All right. There's guys available compared to what I had in the mock before. I think I'll have the Steelers go Talise Fuaga. They need a tackle opposite of Broderick Jones, and I think even if they don't want to put him at tackle, they can slide him inside to guard if need be. So yeah, we'll go Fuaga from Oregon State to the Steelers.
Yeah, I think this is a tough situation for Miami. They need interior on both of their lines, and you really don't have that here at their pick as far as value goes, unless you go with Barton. But oh man, I'm torn here. Yeah, I'm gonna go Barton. I was thinking about going Chop maybe, but I'm gonna go Barton to Miami at 21.
Yeah, the Eagles, their roster that's already pretty stacked, but we saw how poor their secondary played last year. They love their SEC guys. It's usually Georgia, but here I'll have them taking Alabama, and I'll go Kool-Aid McKinstry. Their secondary was just pitiful, and they need help there.
All right, Minnesota at 23. I'm gonna have them take as unfortunate as it is as a Bears fan or really an NFC North fan. I'm having them taking Cooper DeJean. He tested like an absolute freak. He ran in the 4.4s on his pro day. I think he can be a Kyle Hamilton level player in this league where he can play deep at safety or in the slot at nickel or even just play as like a sub linebacker if you use Madden terminology. But I think he could be a phenomenal player at his peak. So I have him going here at 23 to Minnesota.
All right, for the Cowboys here at 24, they lost a lot of O-line in the offseason. I think there's no, whether you go interior or outside, I feel like you have to go O-line here for them. Have a lot of options. I'm going to go Troy Fatanu from Washington. I think it's a good pick for them. I think anything on the O-line is a good pick for them as long as they don't reach. But we know Jerry likes to get out of pocket and do what he wants sometimes. And I don't know how else to say this, but if Cooper DeJean is there, I wouldn't be shocked to see him take him.
Yeah. Green Bay Packers. Obviously, they kind of overperformed last year, but Jordan Love is getting kind of older, so I think it might be time to start looking for the future. And Michael Penix Jr. draft him a couple years early. No, I'll go with Nate Wiggins. They need some secondary help. They could use some secondary help. They need a linebacker, but there's really not too many linebackers in this position. So I would possibly see them trading back to the second round, and gather some more picks. But here I'll have them taking Nate Wiggins, cornerback.
I have the Buccaneers taking Chop Robinson. I believe they either let Shaq Barrett walk or they just straight up cut him. They're going to need another freak on the edge. Chop Robinson might be just the best athlete out of any of the edge rushers within this draft. He's got crazy bend. He's got some solid reach. I think he's going to be a good addition to really any defense, and playing alongside Vita Vea, I think it'll help him a lot.
Here for the Cardinals, I think they need a true interior offensive lineman playing interior offensive lineman, not just moving tackles to inside of line like they've been doing. So I'm going to take JPJ, Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon, and I think you round that off with who did we have them taking? Well, I guess they would probably trade back in the scenario, but regardless, I think it's a good pick for them at 27.
Yeah, it's up to the Bills. I think they would take either Texas receiver or Keon Coleman in this position. I guess they would have to go for best receiver available and take AD Mitchell. Freak athlete. They need receiver help greatly, to say it kindly. So I got them taking AD Mitchell.
I hold a lot of power here.
I know. I realized like a couple minutes ago that you were getting this pick, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I
did
could
you
just
remember?
be
Remember, I did you right.
by winning the what's it called, rock paper scissors, and saying McCarthy. Yeah,
No,
for
I'm
sure.
talking about when I picked at 9 and took Dallas Turner.
It's, I mean, it's logical. My logical thought process here is Jared Goff, the contract. It's, do you want to pay him?
There you go.
Do you want to pay the man?
Yes.
about
Do you wanna
Hendon Hooker?
or do you want to go QB competition at the start of the 2025 season? Michael Penix Jr. and Hendon Hooker.
I know you haven't been there in a minute, but when you get to the conference championship, there's no QB competition.
Hey, but if you don't want to pay Goff that 55 mil, I'm just saying.
He can get as much as he wants, and he's not getting 55.
Well, regardless, I don't think I'm going QB here or really any other position aside from wide receiver. If they didn't have Jamison Williams, a really solid speed threat and really just an all-around good receiver, I'd go Xavier Worthy because I have him ranked higher than Keon Coleman on my own personal board, if you want to call it that. But I think I'm going to go Keon Coleman here. I think they are one very big receiver away from being just a top-tier offense for a long time. You're telling me you're going to have Amon-Ra at your slot, Jamison Williams at your Y, Keon Coleman at your X. He can't separate extremely well, but it doesn't really matter if he can catch anything within his catch radius. So he's going to be a great ad for this Lions team if they decide to take him at 29. And I mean, he'll bail Jared Goff out of a lot of just sideline 50-50 balls because there'll be more 80-20 balls with his frame. 6'6", he's a freak. They're going Keon Coleman.
Love that pick.
Oh, is it my pick now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ravens at 30. Wow,
Wait, is it your pick?
Oh no, it is me.
No,
It's me.
I was gonna say I was not prepared.
It's me
for
because
this.
I was the Niners last time. Okay,
Yeah, I was not prepared.
Baltimore. Well, I wasn't prepared either because for some reason I didn't think I was next. But it's actually pretty easy here. I think you got to go tackle, and then Mims has fallen as far as he has in this draft. He's now at 30. So I'm going to take Amarius Mims from Georgia to Baltimore.
Yeah, now San Francisco 49ers, now my pick. And this might be an interesting one. We've seen a decent amount today talking about Brandon Ayuk and issues with contract. I think in this position, the Niners could go receiver, prevent him from going to the Chiefs. I'm going to have them going Xavier Worthy out of Texas.
Oh, geez. Now I got to.
Yeah, took that one away from you, buddy.
Yeah, a little bit. It was a little too obvious for me to want to actually do it. Oh, geez. Now I got to scroll through this. I didn't prepare for this. I think, ooh, you know what? I think they might go Xavier Legette, if that's how you say his name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm locking that in. I think that'd be a great pick for them. He's just a very good receiver. I closed out of the page, so I can't see anything anymore. But I think he'd be a really good ad. I had this whole speech about if they took Xavier Worthy, they know how to use speed with Tyreek Hill and, for better or worse, Rashee Rice. But I don't know. I think they go receiver. So
how many times in NFL history have two guys named Xavier went back to back?
Oh,
Can't be many.
Never. I would say never.
And both play the same position.
Yeah, that is odd. Well, I'm shocked you didn't go with Lad McConkey there, but that's what I'm going to do for Carolina here. They need the receiver help.
he feels like a Panther.
And with that being said, that's all of our 33 picks, and Penix in this draft also falls to New England at 34.
Oh,
so it
there you
works
go.
out. Works out for them to get Penix and Marvin Harrison. I did have
Are
a
they
couple
picking 34 or 35?
34. They're right after. For some reason, they have the second pick.
What happened to Washington?
I don't know. They're at 36 on here for me. So I don't know what happened there, but whatever. So I guess maybe this database is wrong, but can somebody fact check that? Because that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Yeah, it has Carolina, New England, Arizona, Washington here for me. Is that what it is?
I'm looking it up right now. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Let's see.
Wow, according to ESPN, it's got Panthers, Patriots, Cardinals,
Yeah.
Washington.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but
Panthers,
regardless,
Patriots, Cardinals, Commanders. Yeah.
yeah, they get Penix. But I did have a couple things here before we finish this up. I didn't tell you guys this before, but because I just wasn't thinking. But I was gonna say if you guys want to come up with like a bold prediction for the draft going in, I do have one. And if you guys don't have one, it's whatever. Told you 2 seconds.
I have one I just wrote down. It's not really bold. It's something we just did, but
Go ahead.
I mean, it's just I don't have the fact at all, but the fact that in our mock here we have, I think I counted 8 wide receivers in the first round, and then you at 33 took McConkey. That'd be 9 receivers in the first 33 picks. That's just such a high number, and that's got to be a record.
It is. Mine was one of the teams that was in their championship game. So that last 4 teams, Detroit, Baltimore, San Francisco, Kansas City. I think one of my bold prediction is that one of them will trade up.
Trade up.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
You got one?
Not off the top of my head. I can
Okay.
just kind of scroll through, and I mean, we got time. It's not
Yeah,
like
we do
anybody
have
has
time.
anywhere to be. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's so much that can happen. What really is a hot take? Like saying Penix is going top 20? Like, I don't know.
Well, I did have one more thing I want to talk about, so you can think.
I
about
have one
that.
more.
Yeah,
Go,
So,
go crazy.
Fire away.
You had talked about how the Patriots, well, the number 4 overall pick, with the Cardinals, Zach, you said at 5 they could trade back and the team trades up for McCarthy. I think that could happen at number 4 with the Cardinals pretty easily. Whether it's the Vikings or maybe like the Broncos trade up to number 4, maybe even number 3. Who knows for JJ McCarthy or Jaden Daniels?
Oh, I got one on that note, kind of the opposite. Once again, not something I think is going to happen, but for the sake of giving bold predictions, Will Levis situation with JJ McCarthy.
I mean, that's what should hain, but
I agree. I would love to see that happen. Him fall out of the. We just need somebody to be on Reddit in the next couple of days and say he's going to go number 1.
yeah,
I got you.
That's what we need. But we also said that we talked before, and we said that we're not going to talk about the NBA because we're going to wait for more games to happen, and we'll have basically the first round done by the next time we talk. But since we got some time, I'm assuming we all watched the games last night. There were a couple insane games last night.
Some pure hoops
Classics.
in the 2 TNT
Yeah.
games last night for sure.
Starting off with the Knicks Sixers. I mean, first of all, I want to give all the credit in the world to Tyrese Maxey. He is just an absolute freak. He's been great in both of these games. Embiid, like we said when we were doing our preview, that we all said, did we all pick the Sixers? I think we did, right?
I think so.
I know I picked the Sixers.
I did too.
don't know
Actually,
what
I
you
might
guys
have
did.
picked the Knicks.
I think you might have said Knicks in 7 or 6.
I think you
I
might have
might have.
switched up because we both went Sixers.
I think I might have. Yeah.
Right.
But we also did say, as good as Embiid is, we don't know how many games he can go without getting hurt. He did get hurt in the first game. Then he looks gassed out there. But the
And it
game
was
last
like-
night, they should have won. They absolutely should have won that game. Hartenstein with just an insane
Heroic
rebound.
effort.
with heart.
Yeah,
Hartenstein.
that's where I was going with that. Yeah. A lot of heart in Hartenstein. He was fantastic. He had the biggest rebound of maybe the season for the Knicks there. They win that game on the huge Dante DiVincenzo shot. And then Lakers Nuggets at night. I was listening to Pardon My Take a couple days ago, and they were talking about how for the Lakers against the Nuggets, just the past 5 or 6 games, it's always Lakers get up early. It's we think LeBron's going off. Anthony Davis is playing better than we thought he was going to play. And then they start to blow the lead. Something controversial at the end. Then the Nuggets hit a game-winning shot. This one just happened to be at the buzzer. Jamal Murray, big night for the Kentucky Wildcats. He goes off. Well, all the Wildcats because Villanova as well. But he went off in the fourth quarter. Was not good for the first 3 quarters. Went off in the fourth quarter. Had like 14, I think, and then hits that game-winning step back over Anthony Davis. So, are we going to see a better Anthony Davis game than that?
Mm-mm.
I don't know. You guys have
I
any
mean-
any thoughts?
Oh, I just
Yeah,
get
go
a
ahead.
sip of water
Go ahead.
first. Yeah, I mean Jamal Murray, he was like what 3 for 16 going into the fourth quarter, then finished off with 14 points on 6 of 8 shooting, including the dagger. I mean, that was phenomenal. And then the Knicks game, drawing the Mike Breen double bang. That
Yep.
was,
Rare double
that
bang.
was I swear, bro. I feel like half of his double bangs are like Knicks games. There
I
was
think
the
he calls
Randall.
a lot of Knicks games. Yeah,
He does, and I think it's just him combined with the MSG like atmosphere is definitely up there.
definitely. And the Knicks fans, after every game, it's a parade. I love it. It's so fun to watch those.
It is very fun. I want my Bulls to be able to do that. I miss it so much.
Yeah.
Is Kawhi playing tonight?
It's better for the NBA when the Lakers are good, the Knicks are good, the Bulls are good. Unfortunately, the Bulls are just never good at this point. But Lakers Nuggets game was phenomenal. LeBron played pretty good. He had big steals, couple big dunks. The and one was electric. They got a good great Anthony Davis game. They also got a pretty good D'Angelo Russell game, especially in the first half, 7 for 11 from three. Unfortunately, Rui Hachimura was not good to say the least. And they were just blew the lead. Michael Porter Jr. was phenomenal as well, 6 for 10 from three. With everything going on with his family, it's pretty impressive how well he played, especially early. He had a quick 5 points.
Yeah. That over 3.5 in the first quarter, baby. Come
was
on.
done in 2 minutes.
Maybe the easiest bet of my life.
Yeah, and then 76ers Knicks. 76ers should have won this game. The 76ers announcers were talking about how great it is to steal home court advantage with like 40 seconds left just for it to be taken away by a Tom Thibodeau team that plays scrappy. The end, that last play was just a perfect Tom Thibodeau play. That's exactly what he wants out of his team. He might be voted the worst coach or the coach players would least want to play for, but you don't see that when you watch the Knicks play. They've consistently gotten better under him, and I miss Tom Thibodeau. But Villanova Wildcats went off. Hartenstein, great. Josh Hart, solid. 48 minutes from Josh Hart. That's Hart.
Yeah, they have a lot of heart. Didn't
No wonder
realize.
why they're the 2 seed. Hold on.
Yeah, full of heart.
Just got too much to handle.
I got a
Yeah.
hypothetical for you before we kind of wrap things up. How many games in an 82 game season would the Orlando Magic offense and Indianapolis Pacers defense win?
Oh, that's like an Iowa defense
Yeah.
or Iowa offense.
That
USC
series,
defense.
that Magic series is just. I mean, if you love.
There's a lot of
No
good
shot
players
making.
in it. It's just it's unfortunate because they're just not knocking them down. I mean, Paolo last night, he was 9 for 20. Jonathan Isaac, he was playing the 5. He was 1 for 7. Wendell Carter was 1 for 7. Like they're not doing much.
We did talk about that before, though. We did say that series was going to be. I mean, we had top. The Magic are 2 in efficiency. I think the Cavs were 6, and then they're both in the 20s in offensive efficiency. So
Right.
makes sense. I did have another stat that I'm assuming you guys already saw, but you mentioned the Bulls, so I'm just going to bring it up.
Oh, boy.
As you guys of course know, the Bulls
Luxury
lead the league
tax?
in attendance
Oh.
9 out of 10 years. Out of the last 10 years, they are not in the luxury tax. And in the last 9 years, the Chicago Bulls have won 3 playoff wins, or have 3 playoff wins. The only 2 teams with less are the Pistons and the Magic, and they only have 2 playoff appearances. The only teams left lower than that are the Kings and the Hornets.
Thanks for
Which-
reminding us.
Insane. I just
And
like
Jerry, as long as Jerry's making money, he's not going to sell the team.
exactly. It's what you guys really need to do is just not show up to the games. 'Cause
Yeah,
that-
you know what's crazy about
that would
that?
do it.
Asking
Well,
Chicago
look at the White
fans-
Sox. They're not showing up to games.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
yeah, but at least the Bulls have a history of winning.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, they
And
have
the-
one.
I would say
one
the Bulls
decade.
are trying. The Bulls are trying a little bit harder than the Sox at this point. At least the
Yeah,
Bulls
trying,
went.
but
They went
they're-
and signed DeMar DeRozan.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know why you wanted
the
to
White
come
Sox.
here.
What do you mean? The White Sox went out and signed Andrew Benintendi,
Yeah, true.
who has the worst OPS like ever recorded, almost or
Can't
something.
even hit half his
It's
weight.
like
Oh my
180.
god.
Biggest deal in franchise history.
Yeah, Andrew Benintendi.
But yeah, that's all I have. And if who knows what would happen or where the Bulls would be looked at if they didn't win that, what was it, 2 point whatever % lottery for D Rose.
Oh my
Like
gosh,
we
yeah.
might be looking at the last 20 years with these
We
stats.
still had Joakim Noah though,
True.
and
But-
Jimmy.
Game.
But winning that lottery was obviously huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the second longest odds ever, right? The Magic Shack, I
Something
think,
like
was
that.
one. And then I'm
That-
sure the
that
Pelican
sounds
Zion's
about
up there
right.
too. But yeah, that's about all I got for today, unless you guys got anything else to add.
I just wish the Bulls could develop players like the Heat. They're just getting guys in the second round and turning them into valuable rotation guys who are putting up good numbers with valuable minutes in playoff games.
Just not even like practical though. Every team wishes they were the Heat in that regard. Same way everyone wishes
It's
they were
just
the
the
Rays or
good
the
teams
Dodgers.
keep getting those good players, or they keep finding them, or they keep developing them. Like the Warriors, I don't know. I mean, they're finding guys with Greek, or I don't even know what that guy's last name is, but I don't know. I don't know. They just keep finding guys within like the back half of the first round and the second round. Obviously, can't draft top two because Wiseman didn't work out, but I don't know.
I mean,
just-
at least they're the back-to-back reigning defending East at 9-10 championship.
hey man, they win when it matters.
Yeah, or at least when they're playing a bad team in a
Yeah.
game that kind of matters.
From what I can see, the Bulls had a 1.7% chance to get the first overall pick. The Cavs had it the same thing in 2014, a 1.7% chance. They were able to get Andrew Wiggins.
And LeBron.
Um, the Magic, yeah, 1.5%. You were right. The Magic 1993, that was to get Chris Webber, though.
Oh, was
They
it
had,
Shaq? I thought
yeah, they had a 15% chance to get Shaq.
I thought Shaq was the crazy one, but yeah, Chris
Yeah.
Webber, that makes sense. Yeah.
So we tied for second lowest odds to ever get the first pick.
But yeah, I think
Man.
the Bulls can at least like for public image wise, they can ride out the 6 titles for like at least like another 20 years.
Yeah.
God.
If they have like another 20 years of this,
We're
then
still,
people
like,
start
fourth in
At
total
least the
titles.
Hawks are on the way
exactly.
up. So
That's what I'm saying. So they'll be able to hang on to that, but
Oh.
that's for better or for worse when it comes to Reinsdorf.
Well, he's getting older. Unfortunately, he has a child. Unfortunately, he has a child that seems to be just like him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he could be coerced though. or something.
I'm hoping it's like a Wirtz family thing.
Isn't there like a vote of no confidence they could do or something?
I don't know.
I vote that I have no confidence within that entire bloodline to produce a good franchise.
I agree.
Or the Bears for that matter.
The McCaskies are, I don't know. They hired Poles and he seems to be doing all the right things, saying all the right things. So it's definitely not the McCaskies doing well. It's
He did all the right things with the Chase Claypool trade.
Yeah.
nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes.
He said he did all the right things.
He's doing a
Yeah.
lot of right
You
things. And he's saying a
insinuated
lot
all
The
of
one
right things.
the one who did all the right things was Frank
I
Reich.
see.
He's the one who did all the right things to get the Bears where they need to be.
Yeah.
No, that was
Lovie
Jeff
Smith,
Saturday.
man.
That was Jeff
Lovie
Saturday.
Smith. Lovie Smith and
No, I'm
Davis Mills saved the
I
damn
was talking about the
franchise.
Panthers. Let's talk about the Panthers. 'Cause the
Oh,
Panthers
yeah,
suck.
because the Panthers had the first overall pick. Really, it was Jeff Saturday though. Don't even talk about Lovie Smith.
Lovie Smith and Davis Mills on the 4th and 20 saved the goddamn Chicago Bears franchise.
Jeff Saturday saved the Colts. It's crazy how big that play was to kill the Panthers franchise.
Yeah.
And it boosted the fucking Texans too.
It
'Cause they
boosted
probably
that play helped the Texans, the Colts, and the Bears, and killed the Panthers.
What's the I don't know why his name is escaping me. The Panthers owner, the one who threw the drink.
David Tepper.
Yeah, he's honestly the real reason probably why the Bears are the #1 pick. Just incompetence. He somehow over incompetence the McCaskies. I don't know if that's a phrase that can ever be used or has ever been used. But
incompetenced the
yeah, that's
McCaskies.
yeah. But
More incompetent.
yeah, whatever, something like that.
Less competent.
There you go. But yeah, I got nothing else for today.
That's all I got.
Let's go watch some hoops, man.
Yeah, Suns are about to tip off here. We got a good slate of hoops. We'll be talking about draft recap next week, as well as hopefully the whole first round will be done by then. Maybe we'll have some game sevens. Yes.
Kawhi Leonard will play tonight.
Yeah, that's why they
Ooh.
looked like the way he was walking in, he looked like he was ready to go. We'll
No
see how long
wobble?
that lasts. Yeah, no hobble.
He is on the cusp of his debut in these Western Conference playoffs
All right, so good for the Clippers, I guess. Up 1-0
after an
too.
already dominating win.
But Harden's always good in the game ones.
Then again, a series doesn't start until the home team loses a game.
True. And for all my bettors out there, it's going to be too late because you're not going to be able to bet it because this is coming out on Wednesday, but take Harden's under. Trust.
Interesting. Let's see how that works out for you.
Yep.
What's it at?
Like 20, I think.
Not
I
bad.
feel a 7 for 19 performance coming from Harden now.
We'll see. It's not going to be what he did the other night.
Oh no, not at all.
But until next time, like I said, we'll be back with the first round recap and the draft recap next week. And maybe we'll talk some hockey as well. Make sure to hit all those links in our description for our Spotify, TikTok, and social medias. And we'll see everybody in the next one.